Laura Loomer got BTFO'd.
We are losing our country because of big tech election interference. And I am pleading with the Republican Party to please start taking this issue seriously.
Crying.
Please. Because the American
Sobbing.
people deserve representation. And that's why I ran for Congress in 2020. It's why I ran for Congress in 2022. And it's why I'm going to keep fighting for all of you. I'm never going to.
What were the results there with Laura Loomer? It was pretty close, wasn't it? Narrowly beats far right activists. Yeah, Laura Loomer's basically like, guys, Laura Loomer's posted stuff that's essentially just like, we need to like get rid of the LGBT plague in our country so Western civilization doesn't fall apart, right? Oh yeah, she's like the Jewish Nazi, right? Yeah, she's Jewish and she uses that to like say that all the Jews who are not basically Nazis like her are themselves bad Jews or whatever. She's banned from most everywhere. Yeah. Bad enough to get banned from basically all social media. She's really far off. Can't ever keep them all right-wing grifters separate in my head and remember all their stuff. You'd think I'd be more distinct on this because Laura Loomer looked kind of like a sex doll in the in her teary fucking video right there. You know, she's got some very prominent work done. American far-right, anti-Muslim, white nationalist, conspiracy theorist, internet personality. Ran in Florida. Gained notoriety. Oh, she worked for Project Veritas, Rebel Media, and InfoWars reporting. Gained notoriety as a result of being banned from numerous social media platforms and food delivery mobile apps, including violating policies on hate speech and misinformation. She's also been banned and removed from events, had her press credentials revoked for harassment. After her 2018 ban from Twitter, you know how bad you have to be to get banned from Twitter in 2018? She handcuffed herself to Twitter's headquarters in New York for 2 hours before police cut through the handcuffs at her request. She only lasted 2 hours? She's been banned from CPAC. And she narrowly lost. I mean, she's essentially a Nazi. Like, when I say Nazi here, I mean, oh my god, Kanye, you're right. Jesus Christ. Laura Loomer banned from Uber and Lyft after anti-Muslim tweet storm. How do you get banned from CPAC? Again, like, she's basically a Nazi. Where's the stuff pertaining to white nationalism? Here we go. Views. Widely described as alt-right. Loomer has denounced the alt-right and publicly repudiated white supremacist Richard Spencer and refused to share a stage with him. Oh, that's nice. She received anti-Semitic threats and harassment from the alt-right after this dispute. However, she's indicated she supports white nationalism, claiming it's distinct from white supremacy, and that white nationalists need effective leaders, people who aren't Richard Spencer or James Alsop, to effectively convey that message. Okay, so she's literally saying, we need people to fight for white nationalism here. So yeah, that's, yeah. About it as explicit as it gets, really. Thought the Parkland shooting was staged. Vegas shootings was an ISIS guy. Santa Fe shootings. So the mail bombing attempts were a false flag orchestrated by Democrats. She said, I'm not totally familiar. I know that the they being Identity Europa, a Nazi group, believe in preserving white European culture. There's nothing wrong with that, and they are nationalist. Loomer's described herself as pro-white nationalism, additionally attended events with Nick Fuentes, spoken at Fuentes' white nationalist gathering AF-PAC, claimed to be dating alt-right activist Tim Gwinnett, who tweeted a Photoshop picture of Loomer, who had tweeted a Photoshopped picture of Loomer inside a gas chamber. Gwinnett denied that the pair were dating. Okay. Oh, Tim Gwinnett is Baked Alaska. I didn't even know his real name. So, there we go. Laura Loomer. And for all of this spectacular behavior online and elsewhere, she nearly won her primary to be a U.S. representative. Thanks to the way Republicans are, of course. 51 to 44.2. What state? Florida. It could be worse. Well, that's true. She could have won. But it's still pretty bad. In an ideal world, 0 people would vote for her. How does 538 have us? Yeesh. Not looking good, folks. At least we have the Senate. Yeah, the Senate is favorable towards us. About a 2-to-1 ratio. We'll see how things go. I'm really, 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 really hoping that the Roe v. Wade decision wakes a bunch of independents up and people who aren't expected to vote get out and vote. Fetterman is like 70%. Well, I think that Fetterman is going to win, mostly because the momentum is in his favor, you know? Like, when Fetterman initially became, like, the guy, I don't think we expected him to get this far. I certainly didn't. And I didn't expect Oz to run this terrible of a campaign. So, the momentum, I think, is swinging in favor of Fetterman over time, and I'm hoping that plays out, you know? Is Fetterman a socialist? I don't think Fetterman is a socialist. I think Fetterman is like... Fetterman has all the energy and class politics of a blue dog Democrat, paired with the progressive position of a modern progressive, which is kind of like fucking perfect. It's kind of like ideal. I don't want, like, Congress to be full of, like, principled socialists or whatever. I want Congress to be full of, like, gigantic bearded dudes who all look like they would have been union organizers 1913, who, like, whenever they walk through the halls of Congress after a bill gets voted on, they shoulder check the skinny, meek Republicans who are, like, 30 years older than them. That's what I want, you know? I don't want them to be socialists so much as I want them to be, like, pro-worker and hate rich people. You know, I want fire more than anything. I want union men, okay? I want people who are going to have noise complaints levied against them in Congress because they noticed that the AC vent wasn't working in their office, and they brought in power tools to fix it themselves, and they're irritating all of their coworkers. You know, that's what I want. I want photos of Fetterman holding a toolbox with like a miner's hat on as he goes back to his office because he realized there was a dead rat trapped in the wall, and he's boring open the like 250-year-old hardwood to get at it. That's what I want. That's the hope. Yeah, Fetterman's like 7 feet tall. Yeah, he's got like the acetylene headlamp. He's doing like chimney sweep stuff or something, you know. They're doing the debate in Congress over the bill. Everyone's, you know, giving their yays and their nays, and the camera like pans over the area where he's at, and you notice that he's not sitting in his seat. He's actually underneath the table because he noticed the table was wobbling. So he's like trying to like fold bits of paper that he's torn out of like a pocket Bible that comes in his office, you know, to like prop it up so that it doesn't wobble. I just want a guy there to ignore the politics, ignore the Washington politics, do the actual politics, and just be a big beefy advocate. You know, that's what I want. How's Arizona doing? You really want to know the answer to that? It's been worse. Mark Kelly, it's 70-30. With Mark Kelly versus Blake Masters. The problem here is that Blake Masters is a very powerful name, gives him a lot of psychic energy in this confrontation. Mark Kelly sounds like a, oh, hello there, neighbor, Ned Flanders tier name, whereas Blake Masters sounds like an eye patch wearing supervillain, or possibly like Dirk Danger, you know, like the guy sent to kill the supervillain. Mark's a literal astronaut, though. Yeah, well, that does help. You know, that does help. But Blake Masters, Arizona governor. Ooh. God, guys, we really need some more blue governors. I love politics on being set on the razor's edge with the vote being it's a coin toss between milquetoast neoliberalism and the legions of hell taking power. Hey, guys, do you feel doomer? Do you feel doomer about this shit? Guys, did you know there's an organization that is right now setting up opportunities for people in this community to canvass locally? Do you know that there are literally 7,000 people in the Progressive Victory 2022 Discord, and that if you're feeling down about our electoral chances, you should go in that Discord and at least check things out? You can be phone banking, you can be text banking, you can be getting, you can be getting direct lessons done on the effectiveness of and how to do any one of those things. People have been organizing for canvassing. I have photos in my emails of people in my community getting out there and going door to door and sitting at a table eating lunch because they did canvassing. You guys need to join the Discord, okay? Get the in there. All right? Go, 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 go. Even the great Wyoming has representatives here now. A grand total of 7 by my count. 7 Wyomingites. That's half the goddamn state. Now here's the governor's forecast. God, even the governor of Oregon, it's a 7-3? Oregon? Man, the Pacific Northwest is so fucking weird. We have a phone banking event this Saturday for Wisconsin. Hell yeah, Emma. Yeah, East Oregon is all just fucking Nazis in pickup trucks. New Mexico, it looks like it's 8-2 for the Dems. Colorado will be Dems, of course. Idaho will be red. Wyoming will be red. Kansas is a toss-up, which is interesting. Local elections are just so skewed in favor of Republicans because only old people get out and vote for those. Look, New Hampshire, Vermont, deep red governor, Oregon, like even a chance, you know? Sorry. Just contemplating the State of the Union. Why do we lose the House but gain seats in the Senate? Doesn't make any sense. Honestly, the Dems are just lucky that certain seats aren't up for grabs in the Senate, you know? It really depends on, like, the rotation, which Senate seats are up that election. And in this case, believe it or not, this is actually a favorable year for Democrats for the Senate. It's just that things are so skewed in favor of Republicans for the midterms that it's fighting uphill. Here are the current odds. 36% chance of Republicans winning both chambers, aka the end of the world. No chance at all, basically, of Republicans winning the Senate but Democrats winning the House. 42% chance of Democrats winning the Senate, Republicans winning the House. This is the current most expected outcome. Democrats winning both chambers is 21%. It's not great. As the Theatic Cryptid, even if you live in bum nowhere, the Discord can help give you opportunities for text and phone banking. That's why I mean everyone in my community should join up for that Discord server. You know, you don't have to be right next to some critical race. There's something you can do. Just saying. Yuck. Not much movement here. I guess it's a little bit better than it was back in mid-June, 88-12 down to 79-21. That is a significant movement away from near certainty for the Republican Party, but that's not nearly enough. How much of this is Biden's performance? Well, it certainly doesn't f***ing help that Biden is incompetent, probably willfully so, at actually, like, popularizing the shit that he does. You know, the fact that he's ancient and can't speak to the cameras for very long at all before gaffing isn't great. At least Donald Trump was loud about the shit that he believed in. All the stuff he believed in was wrong, but as it turns out, when you're loud about it, as the head of state, it's likely to move people over. How accurate is this? Where does 538 get their data? Well, they pull their data from an ongoing list of polls that are done by organizations of various reputability. So the polling is relatively accurate, about as good as you're going to get for an aggregate. But the speculative data, the projections, you know, that's based on models that they've used for previous elections. So basically, they take a look at what's happened before, and they use it to make decisions about what's going to happen in the future. That's the gist of it. Can you do a segment on student loan deferment and forgiveness? Biden's going to announce it tomorrow. The problem is, like, it doesn't matter what good he does if he can't talk it up. Biden could literally, through like a masterful use of the executive branch, fix several major problems in America, but no American is going to care unless he's screaming about what a good job he's done. Take a look at Donald Trump. He did very little good, a lot of bad, but every single day he's out there in front of the mic talking about how he made America at its best. Whether, like, it might not be fun or, like, cool or whatever, but you have to do that shit if you want to succeed in this environment. But Biden can't do that because he's seconds from death at any given moment, and he can't talk to a camera for too long without gaffing, and he has no energy or any of that bullshit. Biden's screaming about that on Twitter? No, he's not. He's all of Biden's shit. Like, Biden screaming about something is like him doing 2 tweets in a day, and both of them are like, the American people will now finally benefit from a thing. The thing that is this thing. That's it. Like, okay. Well, this is hopium, isn't it? Originally, it was projected that Republicans would control the Senate, but over time, things have gone towards us. Apparently, even Mitch McConnell has said that we're likely to win the Senate, the Dems, that is, which is nice. Yeah, the reason why the Senate is so important is because A, it gives us more long-term control over. Keep in mind, any Senate seat that we win remains ours for 6 years because they do 3 election rotations for Senate seat terms. So if we do well in the Senate, that means that we're more likely to have long-term control over Supreme Court appointments. So if we do well there, it makes it impossible for there to be any like feud. Well, I'm saying this as though like Democrats aren't going to immediately go ahead. Wait, did I say 2? 6 years. It's 6 years for the Senate, 2 years for the House. I say this as though like Democrats aren't going to be offered a Supreme Court pick from DeSantis in 2024, who's going to be like an obvious fascist, but who's going to be like kind of polite and they'll wear a suit. And Democrats will be like, finally, a moderate Republican who you can unite America's values or some shit. And then they'll like throw him in there with only like 2 people dissenting. And then they're going to vote against, I don't know, interracial marriage or something. Like exactly what they did with Amy Coney Barrett. Is everything over if Moore v. Harper is overturned? Well, Moore v. Harper isn't a thing to be overturned. It's a case that would decide and set judicial precedent on the independent state legislator theory. But the most conservative interpretation of that theory would be very, very bad, yes. The next Senate map looks real rough for the Dems. Well, I mean, it's all over. If we don't shape things up by 2024, then like it's over anyway.